Hi guys, it's Liesl, and I'm here to tell you about a new dish that I'm kind of obsessed with. It's my sweet potato and kale hash. Now the reason I like this dish is it's really versatile. It's a great brunch idea, but it could just as easily be served at dinner. Another thing I really like about this dish is the sweet potatoes. A regular hash generally uses russet potatoes or white potatoes, which really don't have a ton of health benefits, but sweet potatoes are actually one of nature's superfoods. And if you combine that with kale, I can't think of a healthier way to eat. So here's how you make it. We're gonna start off with our sweet potatoes. I like to cut them into 1-inch chunks. I put them on a baking sheet and toss them with a little bit of olive oil. I also toss them with some chili powder. This gives it a little smoke and a very mild spice and just adds a little depth of flavor. Then sprinkle on some salt and pepper, toss it all together, and lay them in a single layer on your baking sheet. Then we're gonna pop those in the oven at 400 degrees. While they're roasting, we can work on the rest of the hash. Heat up some oil in an oven-proof skillet, and when it's hot, we're gonna throw in some sliced onion. Cook that a few minutes until it's almost translucent, and then we're gonna add some diced red pepper and some fresh chopped thyme. Cook a little longer until the onion just begins to brown. Then we'll add some chopped garlic, and it's time to move on to some kale. Kale is one of those delicious, nutritious foods that you're seeing everywhere these days. I think it works especially well in this dish because it still has a little bit of hardiness once you saute it, as opposed to like spinach, which gets pretty soft. Then you're gonna toss in your kale with a couple tablespoons of water, which just helps it cook and wilt a little bit quicker. Cook it until the water is completely evaporated. Then you can turn off the heat under your skillet. Now it's time to add those sweet potatoes. And mix it around with the kale and the onion. Then we're gonna spread it evenly over the bottom of the pan. We're gonna make 4 little indentations and crack eggs into them. Then we're gonna take our oven-proof skillet and place it back in the oven for about 7 to 9 minutes. We're looking for the whites to be set and the yolks to be ready on these eggs. Once it's done, take it out and garnish the eggs with a little bit of salt and pepper. I also like to garnish this dish with some fresh chopped cilantro and, of course, my favorite, some hot sauce. Now the great thing about this dish is you can serve it right out of the pan. It actually makes a lovely presentation with the orange and the red and the green and the yolks of the eggs. I hope you try this dish. It's a really interesting twist on a hash, has a ton of great health benefits, and a really delicious combination of flavors. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear.